Answers of an Alien from Andromeda, Video 136, August 27, 2015. Mithy, many asked about your take on this trip. You guys were in a special place as any ship crew lines to any meeting? Not so this time. We were visiting 16 colonies that are on track to pass to the level 1 in a few decades. These colonies are located in another quadrant of your galaxy. Units of our central fleet of Manchik are already preparing to join the task force that will help these colonies in rising process. The 30 units that are currently allocated here remain here until the situation stabilizes in this colony. We were flying in a spaceship crew lines to 10.5 years ago. We landed at various points to meet the local towns and various scientific facilities. We could have stayed there years without knowing all they keep there. If you took all your oceans would not give to fill one of the many oceans and lakes they got there. There is a very beautiful and pleasant place to be. They are really special. Friends, glad to be here talking with you again. Really had a pulled period of work. In addition to all the research and studies done on the outer colonies, our local fleet was called for a general meeting of all the teams of all races who are participating directly and indirectly in the continuity of this colony. A great movement during this month, with 380 spacecraft lodgings at the base. I can anticipate that this general meeting has nothing alarming. General lines of procedure were discussed. Set new operating bases with permanent deactivation of other existing old bases, tactical planning first contacts if and when authorized, technologies to be made available for emergency events, and procedures in the possible involvement of Earthlings in the process. They were also discussed the submission of any experiments in genetic area that are still in progress at the time. All the elements that make up the original flora and fauna of the planet have been catalogued and properly preserved in other appropriate environments. The environmental prophylactics measures in the planet have also been and are still being discussed by other scientific teams are still gathered at the base for at least another month. See, these are usual measures when many different teams are working in different areas. The meshing of the work prevents waste of time and resources when a team knows what the other is doing and the progress of the work is maximized. We've had other general meetings like this, but I have to admit that this was really general. 22 different humanoid races received their new guidelines and exchanged a lot of information. What I can say to all who asked, is that September will not be an apocalyptic month as many expect. The worst thing that you guys should fear are the measures of social chaos development that your government may impose, you taking advantage of all the rumors that they even spread as a distraction to the less informed. The current destabilization of the planet's crust is a natural process that must be carried out so that it fits the new beat frequency. It's like a large bell. To change the tone he will have to become a little bigger. This may affect some coastal areas as well as make it reappear again long sunken areas. Do not forget that we are present for a long time here, and we will continue to help keep this colony alive. The problem is keeping renowned attention to the movements of your morally bankrupt elites. They can cause much more suffering than necessary on behalf of a sickly population doctrine of the planet by filtering ethnicities. The war with nanocomposites is very easy to be neutralized by us. The biggest problem is biological warfare, where genetically modified microorganisms become difficult to detect amidst millions of other similar currently circulating from body to body between you. Avoid vaccinations at any cost. we had access to analyses of genetically modified foods, of which many ask, and in fact the seeds genetically modified to attack pests with DNA from the own plague, pose no real danger to the health of you in this current context, but lose much of the nutritional properties compared with the seeds in their natural state. The solar system will cool slightly as a whole, due to decreased solar activity because the system is going through a dense cloud of cosmic energy, hence the Sun reacts by increasing its gravitational magnetic field and decreasing the surface activity due to pressure exerted by the cloud of heavy energy. The temperatures in all parts of the world are decreasing a few degrees during this period, with the exception of regions where deliberate holes are created in the geomagnetic field by your military apparatus. With a high possibility of a cascade of natural events, man-made, these final months of the year may be lying apocalyptic more or less depending on the actions that your elites are engendering. The Pleiadians are in ostensible policing and more than 300 spacecraft are on alert on the planet, outside the motherships that are currently spread throughout the solar system. So everything will work out in the end, that's for sure. The economy of the planet is bankrupt, many former allies of the situation are going to the opposition, and technologies will be used against them also in retaliation, so your society may go through times of scarcity of resources. Be alert to the signs, be alert to your hunches. You guys have become much more observant than they were before we started having these conversations. When you guys feel that events begin to swell, do the provisions of items of your immediate survival for a few months and look for places with less movement, far from points considered strategic in some tactical importance. Mythi, the explosions that there were in China and elsewhere while you were away must have been accompanied by other units of your fleet. Can you say something about it? Why they showed an explosion occurred in July 16 as the explosion occurred in August 22. Well, your elites do not stop being creative. Like any element considered weapons are automatically barred from being brought to your orbit, they installed units that literally lose small artificial meteors with sodium metal alloys encapsulated in titanium to cause the surgical destruction of targets. This type of apparatus does not fit the weapons-related mass destruction, so nothing effective can be done about it. This type of apparatus can be possibly used to cause false natural events, such as blow up large amounts of explosives placed in strategic locations, causing tidal waves, isolated areas, among other possibilities. Neither the regional governments don't want to show what really happened there. The real strike may show something coming from above like a meteor. It's all part of the same game. They know that time is short for soon having to take the underground shelters built for comfortable survival because it still maintains the hope of being all that's left, and thus be accepted as the continuation of this colony. But be assured that it will not happen, their place certainly will not be further on this colony of level 1. Mythi, why many are born lucky and have a good life when others are not lucky and struggle to survive? The distribution of luck has something to do with merit. As I said before, luck is a word without meaning to us. What you call luck is in fact the law of probabilities combined with the aura of each individual. In the zero level that your society is, the brightness of the aura is replaced by favoritism, corruption, embezzlement, among other shenanigans. That will not happen more from a society level 1 up, where each will receive the benefits of their own enlightenment. A more enlightened person when approaching another that is still in the shadow, helps make that person can begin to see more clearly all about, and finally be able to start lighting their own light to continue seeing what did not see before but now is sure that are there. Try hard to develop your own light, and when someone brighter approach, take the time to try to see further, beyond what you were getting see with your own light. The things you will be able to see with others' light will give you the stimulus to increase your light so you can start seeing new things by yourself. With time and the development of your consciousness universalized, you will realize how satisfying is you can illuminate and make the underprivileged of light to see by themselves new things for the first time. All of us to be masters in something, we must first be students, and even as teachers at a given time, we will be students on next moments, so try to be the masters in what you already know, but continue to be students always with an open-minded new knowledge that new masters can provide for you. I do not have much time, because I have a lot of data to complete on the latest activities to our database, but I could not fail to pass this information to you. Everyone stay well and with confidence in the future.